The Zelthari scout vessel Harmonious Dawn had encountered 17 different species across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. None had prepared Commander Kiara Chen for what her sensors were showing now. "That can't be right," she muttered, her fingers dancing across the holographic display. The readings were impossible. The vessel approaching their position was massive, nearly 3 kilometers long, but that wasn't what concerned her. It was the energy signature, weapons, dozens of them. No, hundreds. "Commander?" Lieutenant William Foster looked up from the tactical station, his face pale. "I'm reading. I don't even know what I'm reading. That thing has enough firepower to crack a moon." The Harmonious Dawn was a diplomatic vessel, sleek and elegant, designed for peaceful first contact scenarios. It carried cultural databases, translation matrices, and gift packages for new species. It did not carry weapons beyond basic defensive screens. Kiara activated the Universal Translator, sending out the standard Galactic Coalition greeting on all frequencies. "Unknown vessel, this is the Zelthari Diplomatic Corps ship Harmonious Dawn. We come in peace and wish to establish communication with your species." Silence. Then a response crackled through, not in the melodic tones of the galactic standard, but in harsh, clipped sounds that the translator struggled to parse. "Zelthari vessel, this is UHSN Indomitable, Captain Sarah Rodriguez commanding. State your intentions and maintain current position. You are in Terran-claimed space." William's eyes widened. Did they just claim this entire sector? Kiara's training kicked in. Every species they'd encountered had been peaceful, enlightened, bound by the Coalition's principles of cooperation and shared resources. Territorial claims were considered primitive, abandoned millennia ago by civilized species. "Captain Rodriguez," Kiara replied carefully. "We were unaware this region had been claimed. The Galactic Coalition has no record of your species. We would very much like to welcome you to the community of spacefaring civilizations." Another pause. When the human captain spoke again, there was an edge of amusement in her voice. "The Galactic Coalition? Never heard of it, but I'm curious. How many warships do you have in this community of yours?" Kiara exchanged glances with William. "Warships? We don't have warships. The Coalition maintains a peacekeeping force, but we haven't had a major conflict in over 3,000 years. War is considered primitive?" Captain Rodriguez finished. "Yeah, we've heard that before. From the Krillians, right before they tried to annex our outer colonies." The massive human vessel moved closer, and for the first time, Kiara could make out details on its hull. Scarring, battle damage, repaired but not erased. This wasn't a ceremonial warship kept for historical purposes. This was an active military vessel that had seen combat. "The Krillians?" William searched the database frantically. "They're a Coalition member species. They're peaceful herbivores who attacked 3 human colonies unprovoked 6 months ago," Captain Rodriguez interrupted. "Killed 11,000 civilians. They thought we'd be easy prey. Just another primitive species to conquer." Kiara's blood ran cold. The Krillians were known as gentle philosophers, poets, and artists. The Coalition had celebrated their culture for centuries. But then again, the Coalition had never told them no. Never denied them anything. Never had the capability to resist them. "What happened?" Kiara asked quietly. "We happened." The human captain's voice was hard now. "Turns out when you've spent your entire evolutionary history fighting each other, you get pretty damn good at fighting. The Krillian assault fleet lasted 47 minutes against the 3rd battle group. We're currently accepting their surrender and preparing reparations terms." William pulled up astrogation data, his hands shaking slightly. "Commander, I'm tracking. There are 12 more signatures like the Indomitable within a light year of our position. And those are just the ones not running stealth." Kiara's mind raced. Humanity had been spacefaring for less than a century according to the Indomitable's data broadcasts. The Coalition's youngest member had been exploring space for 6 centuries before joining. Yet these humans had built an armada in a fraction of that time. "Captain Rodriguez," Kiara said slowly, "what would you say if I told you that there are over 2,000 species in the Galactic Coalition, and none of them maintain military forces like yours?" "I'd say you've been lucky." There was no mockery in the human's voice now, just a cold assessment. "I'd also say that luck doesn't last forever. Sooner or later, someone always wants what someone else has. The only question is whether you can protect it. We have laws, treaties, diplomatic channels. So did we. Then someone broke them. What's your backup plan when words fail, Commander Chen? Kiara had no answer. Captain Rodriguez continued, her tone softening slightly. Look, we didn't come out here looking for a fight. We just want to live, trade, explore, same as anyone else. But we learned a long time ago that peace isn't the absence of conflict. It's the presence of strength that makes conflict too costly to pursue. The massive warship began to move past the Harmonious Dawn, its weapons arrays powered down, but clearly visible. Tell your coalition we're interested in talking, Captain Rodriguez said. But Commander, you might want to mention that humanity doesn't do surrender. We've been fighting gravity, disease, each other, and our own worst instincts since we climbed down from the trees. If your coalition is genuinely peaceful, we'll be the best allies you've ever had. But if there are wolves hiding among your sheep, she let the implication hang in the void. As the Indomitable disappeared into the darkness, William turned to Kiara. What do we tell the Council? Kiara stared at the empty space where the human warship had been, remembering the casual mention of a fleet that had destroyed the Krillians in less than an hour. The Coalition had maintained peace for 3 millennia. But had it been true peace or simply the stagnant calm of unchallenged power? We tell them, she said finally, that humanity has arrived, and the galaxy will never be the same. The Harmonious Dawn turned toward Coalition space, carrying news that would shake the foundations of galactic civilization. They were no longer alone in knowing how to fight. And perhaps, Kiara thought, they had never truly known peace at all. They had simply forgotten what war looked like.